I think we're going to do every episode drinking some...
With an ecto cooler? Or... Alright.
Wow. Hey, everyone.
Howdy.
Welcome to another explosive episode of It Crept from the 80's. You know, this is the third episode, and I've been trying to figure out what we can do to make it a little more exciting each episode.
Add an explosion.
So it's just not, you know, a couple of people sitting around talking. But I mean, I guess that's fine too.
I mean, we could do skits sometime.
Yeah, I want to do some skits. I'd like to do some, you know, maybe like some horror host type stuff for an episode, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, when we, I've been talking to a couple people to do like guest spots and whatnot, you know.
Yeah.
Come on. Like Ben Scrivens of Fright Rags, he's a friend of ours, and he's going to come and talk about the 80's, talk about Fright Rags, talk about all that stuff. There's a couple other dudes around the area who we'll have on every now and again. But, yeah. Today we're going to talk about a couple of things.
Oh, I thought we were just going to talk about one thing.
I mean, I don't know if we can do a whole show about that.
Do a whole show about this drink. This orange drink.
Ecto Cooler, folks, you got to find it.
And then tell us where you
my stash is running out. I am running low, and believe it or not, those 4 cans I have in there are still cans from
the original.
When I first got that pack from Amazon, like in June, that second week of June or whatever.
Man,
it's near the end of July.
I have never ever seen them out in the wild.
Well, neither have I, other than going to Cinemark and actually buying the cans there. But now, I don't even see them there. Like, so they're probably already gone.
Jeez.
Because when we went to see Ghostbusters, we looked, and there was nothing. The sign wasn't even up anymore. So it was
that is
like,
the time to have them.
I know. They probably got like... They probably had their stash, and then they were like, we're not going to reorder.
Yeah.
You know, so, I don't know. It sucks. What I like about these juice boxes is that if you see, it says January 2017. That means once I can, like, stockpile a stash of these, I'll have them for October.
Christmas.
So we have
them for,
yeah, so we can have them for, like, Halloween and all that stuff. And when we do our party, we'll have them. When we shoot, we can give them to everybody. And
we'll definitely be partying with juice boxes.
Well, you know, you alcoholics out there, you spike your...
Yeah, that's what I mean.
There's recipes.
Is there?
Yeah, for crazy ecto cooler drinks.
Okay.
You know?
We'll do ecto cooler jungle juice at the party. Just that and, you know, laxative.
That was amazing. So I guess, yeah, you know, we also do a show called Gourmet Scum Radio. That's a podcast that's out there, and we've got, I think it was 62 episodes. I think
Holy
I looked the other day.
Oh, really?
I think I looked the other day from 2014, the end of 2014.
The end, it was like
it was December.
Yeah.
2014 to now, I think we have 62 episodes.
Well, we're doing pretty good then.
Yeah. I noticed there was just recently, like June, I think there was 1
episode.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think there wasn't. Yeah, I looked and it was like maybe 2 that we had, but yeah, there's 1.
Well, then we did like 2 back-to-back last week.
You have another one you still need to put out.
I do.
Yeah.
Which one?
With the Chris, me, and you.
That was on Towelite Talk. The one that we did at his house?
Yeah.
Yeah, I put it up.
Oh, you put it up?
Yeah, I put it up.
I didn't see it.
It's not on Gourmet Scum. It's on the other one.
Okay. Well, I gotta hear that.
Yeah. We did it.
That was a funny one.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So, Crept from the 80's. Yeah, we're keeping it 80's and early 90's, like I said. Like, you know, kept that 90's off about 95.
Really?
Yeah.
Even that far?
Yeah, well, you know, because there's some...
I mean, Saved by the Bell is what, 93?
No.
When's it at?
Remember, Saved by the Bell started in 89. Remember that.
Okay.
With the
But I'm saying like the core cast of Saved by the Bell. When are they done?
I believe that was 94.
Okay, so 94.
But yeah, but I mean, there's other stuff we'll talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly. I mean, think about. I mean, at some point we'll probably talk about From Dusk Till Dawn because, I mean, that was 96.
It is.
But it's having its 20th anniversary this year.
Well, really?
Mm-hmm. It's 20 years, bro.
We'll talk about that probably on everything then.
And I do want to talk about that. And Horror Hound magazine just put out a. They got like a. Geez, must have been five pages retrospective of
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Dusk Till Dawn. I got it upstairs. Good, very good.
I need to buy that then.
I'm still kind of watching the series. I'm like, I think I'm halfway through season 2 now.
Oh, really?
Oh wait, no. I'm almost done with 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I have like 2 episodes to go on 1, and then I'll go into 2.
I have not. You know what? You reminded me because I get like I'm on the press release thing for El Rey, so like they're like, hey, do you want to watch season 3? Like here's all the episodes, and I was like, I didn't watch season 2, and you gave me those. Like it doesn't even come out until like I think this week or something. So
yeah, season 3. Yeah.
Hopefully El Rey will also do. I'm sure they'll do something for From Dusk Till Dawn, but they have
Like
the TV
Comic-Con?
show. Well, no, I mean just like. In
for the
general,
20th
that
anniversary?
channel, yeah. I'm sure Robert
I'm
Rodriguez
actually surprised he
got
hasn't done
something.
anything yet. I'm actually surprised
Yeah, I
that
am,
friggin' Miramax, Dimension, whatever, has
Hasn't
not
done a
put out
crazy
a
Blu-ray.
special edition of that thing yet. Like, it's mind-boggling. to
Why
me.
there's not a Scream Factory 20th, and maybe they're waiting. Maybe it's going to be in October. Like,
Yeah, maybe.
um,
But, like, so that's why I've kept the DVD of From Dusk Till Dawn, because that first DVD they put out has a shit ton of special features on it. So I've kept
well, isn't
that.
Full Tilt Boogie on there or no?
On that version, I think it is.
Yeah.
The one I have, so it's a 2-disc set.
Yeah.
But it has all the special features that are nowhere on any Blu-ray release at all.
Unless you have Laserdisc.
Although I think there's a foreign Blu-ray of it that actually ported over that stuff, which I would probably get if they. don't
I'm
end up
sure
doing
From
it,
Dusk Till
but-
Dawn, like, I was talking to Chris Walk about it yesterday, and I go, if one of these companies, like, because right now we're in the midst of San Diego Comic-Con, and like Hot Toys and Mezco and are just releasing crazy toys. Like they're releasing a Jack Burton, so we'll keep that in 80. A Jack Burton toy that looks so effing good. And I go, if they did it From Dusk, I was like, oh god, I want to spend so much money. I go, what would really put me over the edge is From Dusk Till Dawn figures that were movie accurate. I wouldn't care. I would stop it all and I would just throw the money.
That'd be
Oh,
awesome, yeah.
God.
Yeah.
But anywho, yeah, hopefully Scream Factory gets that, gets the rights to do so, because they'll treat it right. They'll put in a crazy. Actually, what would be even better is if, because NECA has been teaming up with Scream Factory, they're doing a Child's Play toy, and they did one for Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
If they did exclusive Gecko Brothers figures with.
Let's see what it would be.
Oh, God.
Scream would have to license From Dusk Till Dawn from Miramax.
I know.
don't know if they'd be like
I know.
cool with that.
But could
But
you
they-
imagine?
Although they did it with the Halloween.
That's what I mean.
series,
The
so
Halloweens. Oh my gosh. Anyway.
We're gonna talk about Scream Factory for sure, because they have a lot. They put out a lot of 80s product that is citrus.
It really is.
I also wanted to bring up that finally, Stephen King's It is coming to Blu-ray.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's October 4th,
Okay.
and it's coming out with a special limited edition T-shirt. It's like a pack that's coming out.
What's on the t-shirt?
It's Pennywise,
Okay.
but it says It here.
Hmm.
But
Did you see that? Well, you saw that picture of the new one.
oh yeah, I'm excited.
But it's only going to be one movie?
No,
Or are they
two
going to try to
movies.
do
two
Okay.
movies? It's 2 movies.
Wow.
The first movie is
The 50s
all the
or
kids.
the 60s?
No, they've changed it. It's the 80s.
It is?
Yes.
What the hell?
Changed it to the 80s.
It's creeping. It has crept from the 80s.
Yes, I am. When I found
Is
out,
that how you
I was
made
like,
this name?
oh my god. And I love the Stephen King.
I do.
And
Miniseries.
the miniseries. Tommy Lee Wallace, Fright Night 2. But I love that. He's 60s. I love that, but the fact that they're moving it into the 80s.
Well, that makes sense because it was the 80s, right? Or was it the 90s?
I saw pictures from the set.
Yeah.
And it's like
it's totally
they
80s.
Totally recreated the 80s and everything. And the lead kid from Stranger Things, which we're about to talk about,
Mike,
who played Mike, is playing Richie.
Harry what is his name? Harry Anderson's?
Not
what was his name?
No, that wasn't Richie was
Seth Green.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, it was him.
Okay.
Richie Tozier is playing.
Yeah.
Beat Richie.
Yeah.
So Mike from Stranger Things is playing Richie in it.
So that kid is stuck in the 80s.
Yeah, but that's great. Like, I think it's awesome. I'm like really excited about it.
Who are the? Oh, then have they even cast adults?
I haven't seen anybody else. There was like a big list.
Yeah.
Of people, but I just zeroed into at least Richie.
Okay.
I was like, oh damn, that's awesome. And the fact that it's in the 80s.
Well, that's crazy.
So it's finally coming to Blu-ray, which I was just gonna like the other night. I brought the DVD down here to the theater room to watch the movie again, but
I actually
now I'm gonna wait because once this Blu-ray comes out, then it'll be a chance to sit and do it in high def.
Yeah, because of watching Stranger Things, I turned to Nisha and I go, have you seen it? And she was like, no. And I was like, oh man, it's about these kids. They're going to take on this creature.
That's why I wanted to watch it, because of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Which we're going to talk about a little bit. Stranger Things. It's a Netflix show by the Duffer Brothers, who have only they've written some Wayward Pines, and I haven't seen Wayward Pines.
I've heard good things about Wayward Pines.
Yeah, so have I.
Actually.
It's in my queue. I will...
Yeah.
At some point, give it a look.
In Mexico.
And then they did an indie movie called The Hidden or something like that.
It's like a zombie.
Is it? Though?
It is a zombie
I know it's like a
thing.
I know it's about like living underground.
Yeah, but I think because of like an apocalypse or something happened.
And it's got Alexander Skarsgård in it.
Yep.
And I haven't seen it, but they haven't really done that much.
Nope.
And they're like 30.
Yeah.
And these guys come out of nowhere and like give us one of the best shows in the last, I don't know,
ever
10 years. I mean, it's a fantastic show. I'm already halfway through a second viewing of the series because I wanted to show River, my son, the show.
He was like, whatever.
He's somewhat. I mean, he kind of got into it and kind of didn't. You know, he's a 9-year-old. He doesn't. You know, his attention is all over the place. But there were a couple episodes where he was like really like glued to.
Okay.
And he was like getting kind of creeped out and all this stuff and
good,
asking a lot of questions like, "Oh man, what's gonna happen here? What's gonna happen here?" And he wants me to tell him everything, and then he gets pissed when I don't.
Sounds like Nisha.
I'm like, man, you need to like experience it. But so yeah, like it when it came out July 15th.
Yep, 6 days ago. Right? Yeah, 6 days ago. It's last Friday. From when we're recording this.
Yeah, from when we're recording this episode. My wife and I told her, I was like, listen, after work, we're gonna go to the theater room, we're gonna eat some shitty food, and we are gonna binge this show. And she goes, well...
like all 8 hours you wanted to do?
And we did.
What time did she get home?
Well, she got home...
Like 5?
No. On Friday, she got home about 3:30.
Okay. That's fine.
So by 4:30, we were sitting here.
It was on.
We had our pizza and wings. And, but she goes, well, I'll watch the first episode. and if I'm not like hooked, then I'll just go play video games. And I was like, all right, but I will be here the whole time.
Your expectations were this high?
Oh yeah, I was like, because those 2 trailers that came out, first of all,
I didn't even know there was 2. I saw one
2
trailer.
Yeah, but when those trailers came out, it was like a surprise to everybody.
Yeah.
Because there was no talk about this show at all. It was like secret. It was like, who the fuck knew that this thing was even being made?
Right.
And then bam, they're like, check out this crazy trailer for this Netflix show coming in the summer. And I was like, oh my god.
I remember watching that trailer and sitting my wife down and go, like, what'd you think? She was like, eh. And then she's like, no, just kidding, that looked amazing. I was like, thank God, because this looks like the greatest thing ever.
Anyway, especially to like an 80's kid. A kid who like fucking, like me, this was like, oh my god, this was Super 8, like, continued. This was everything Spielberg and Stephen King and John Carpenter, and man.
There's a lot of hate on Super 8 lately because of this. This is what Super 8 should have been. Like, that's what a ton of people said.
For Super 8. I just don't get it. I love it. I'll always love it. And anyway, so we watched that first episode, and I was like, yes. I was like, let's go. And she was like, yeah, let's go.
Like, she was still like, okay, or was she?
No, she was like, ooh, well, she's like, well, now I have to see what happens.
Yeah.
And so we just watched the rest. We just watched it all that night, Friday night. I think it ended up being like 12:30, 1 o'clock before it was all over. But we did it, and I mean, since then, I've thought about it a lot. And again, like I said, I've been rewatching it. We're on episode 5 now, again, rewatching it with River. And it's good, and you pick up on other things and little Easter eggs here and there. Knowing this full series now, like, I've been able to go back and, like, there are things that they've placed here and there where you can pick up on things more now that you know what happens.
Yeah. I guess we should have said, if we haven't already said, that there will be a bunch of spoilers. Yeah. We really haven't talked about specifics yet, but there's going to be a bunch of spoilers.
Yeah. So, if you haven't watched it, go watch it, go binge it.
Yeah, then
you can come back and see what's up. But,
I mean, only 8 episodes made it completely binge-worthy as well. I mean, like, that... And, like, they're not even a full hour, some of them. Some were, like, 42 or 48 or whatever, so...
once it ended, I wanted more. I was like, what? The story's not over.
Did you read the interview with them? The Duffer Brothers?
I read a couple different interviews.
Okay, yeah. I read one where they said, like, they had, like, a 30-page... backstory on the Upside Down, and more information about Elle.
Well, what's funny is like, I mean, it's placed, knowing that it's going to go forward, it's placed sort of right in the end episode. Because in the end, when the kids are playing, when they're all together again, and they found Will, who was the boy who's taken, they're playing Dungeons and Dragons again, and they mention that, like, things aren't settled in their little world, and while they're playing Dungeons and Dragons, it's like a metaphor for everything that happens. Right. Like, the things that are happening in the game sort of happen to these kids. Right. And they mention that, like, things are uneasy, like there's more to this story because of such and such. And I can't remember what it was, but while I was watching, I was like, oh, that's clever. That means this ain't over, Well,
they put out that other...
Well, that was after it, yeah.
Right.
Where you see the kid, like, spit...
Yeah.
The
kneeling,
the shit,
stuff.
The weird stuff. And that's how he's able to... Now he can, like, sort of whip between the upside down world and the real world without having to go into some weird gate.
Yeah.
He can just do it because of what's inside of him or what's a part of him now, I guess.
Or maybe what's growing. You know what I mean?
I hope they don't like fuck up Will. Like, he's a great character. I just hope that there's like now he's got this weird connection.
I don't know. And
then there's the whole 11 thing where like you know that she's not entirely gone either.
But where's she at?
She's in that underworld.
You think so?
I do. I think they're gonna go get her, go find her, or something. Something's gonna happen. And there's the mystery of Hopper, like, because we don't know what he did
to get
the deal he struck with those weirdo.
Well, I would imagine the deal was to take care of Elle. You know what I mean? Because like their whole thing is like they need this chick. The other thing is like her name is also 11, so there's already 10 before her. Yeah, we don't know what the hell that is.
Again, there's so much to explore.
Yeah.
Like, this is like the tip of the iceberg, and
I also thought it was a satisfying ending if they did just end it.
I know, but I knew there was no way they were just going to end it.
Yeah.
No way. But it would have been like the ultimate, like, yes, a satisfying ending, but also, man, oh my God, like, this has such a wide opening.
But if you, like, didn't show Will puke up that stuff, and you didn't show Hopper getting treats, then you would have just been like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess that was the greatest season of television.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
But, you know.
But they didn't.
Yeah. They didn't.
And then, like, if you go and, like, look up interviews with the producers and everything, I mean, they clearly are like, oh, this has got a couple seasons. You know, we have a couple more mapped out.
If they get another season,
no,
they will.
It's happening.
I know they haven't greenlit it, which I thought was crazy.
It's going to be announced any day now. You wait. Any day now it's going to be announced.
Yeah. It had to have gotten... it's one of those things, because it came out of nowhere, that there was no preconceived, like, really notion of, like, it's not Orange is the New Black, you know what I mean? Where it's like, now they're on their 4th season, we get it. Let's watch it. Like with this, I think it was more word of mouth, and as I've been seeing like on Facebook and social media, everybody is now talking about it and being like, you have to watch this show. Nobody I know that I've talked to, even like non-80s people, non-horror, fantasy, sci-fi, whatever people, have all super loved it. Everybody that I've talked to.
What's funny is like
Bobby hated it.
I mean, this is like a real inside, because I don't even think you've seen this movie, but one of the producers of the show is Sean Levy.
Yep.
And Sean Levy is I mean, he's known for directing like,
isn't he directed like comedies?
Mostly like family friendly comedies.
Yeah.
Like I think it's the Night of the Museum movies.
Yep, he did.
But he also did Real Steel with Hugh Jackman.
Oh, of course I've seen that movie.
But not that movie. But he was an actor before he became a producer and a director.
Okay.
And he's in this movie called Zombie Nightmare, which is
not seen that movie.
It's a classic as far as like bad movies are concerned, and Mystery Science Theater riffs it as well, from back in their sci-fi days when it was on Sci-Fi. But Zombie Nightmare, he plays one of the main like asshole thugs in the movie.
Oh,
this is
really?
like a 1987 movie, and he's got like crazy wild big hair. He looks like fucking like a punked out Peter North, really.
Okay. Sweet.
And his acting is really over the top, like this in it. He's talking like this man, and he's like really like over the top. And he's one of the funniest things in that movie.
Yeah.
Not meant to be funny at all.
Right.
And I would just, I mean, I would talk to him about this movie if I ever met Sean Levy. And I wonder if like somebody's ever come up to him and been like, yo dude, Zombie Nightmare is the bomb. Like, You were choice, man. That scene where you with the twist and creme, it was amazing.
I doubt it.
I haven't checked his IMDb resume to see if it's like not
Right,
there,
right.
but that's him. I think it is there actually. But check out Zombie Nightmares.
Yeah.
It's the movie itself is terribly bad. It's funny, and if you watch the Mystery Science Theater version, it's hysterical. But that guy co-produced Stranger Things. He's got a good eye, that's for sure. Like, for them to be like, Duffer Brothers, you guys are geniuses. Let's go.
Think about like what they had to have pitched. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
it
they
was
said,
amazing.
like yeah, like,
They said that when they went to Netflix, 24 hours later, they were picked up
yeah,
from that pitch.
yeah. They probably said, it's 80's, it's Stephen King meets Steven Spielberg, and if I would go, tell me more. Like I would instantly go, what?
Yeah.
Because that's crazy. But it was funny because like the parts of it that are like quintessential 80's, I love too. Like a 16 Candles type scene with like Mike and Elle, and like they're gonna kiss. And I was like, 16 Candles.
Everything is.
Like-
it's drenched in that feeling. It's
it is too.
like
They
as a
nailed it.
kid who went on adventures with his stupid friends and the bikes were
Riding
spot
the
on.
bikes,
I had a red banana bike like
Yeah.
that. It was everything about it was pretty magical. Like it was just like you could have watched it back then. It was
No, the kids swore.
fantastic.
Like they were shit, dickhead, and all that stuff.
And they had that feel of those kids.
Oh,
like
the
like
Goonies
E.T.,
kids.
Goonies.
Yes,
Uh,
Spielberg's kids.
yeah, like that type of. And I feel they did that in Super 8. I don't know what people are. Man, they because I feel like JJ really captured it in Super 8 as well. Like, even more so for me because they were filmmakers. They
Right.
were making movies.
Yeah.
And I was that kid. I was, my younger self was in the film.
He was. Absolutely was.
But
But you have. This is better than Super 8.
I don't know if it's better. It's just, I think it's a companion. I think it's
Okay.
because I can watch Super 8 and be like blown away by it every single time, and I
Mhm.
have that feeling, and I have that, I still want to go and visit where they shot Super 8. It's a town in Weirton, Virginia, that is open. It's a real town, but
Yeah.
like tourists can go. Like,
Yeah.
They have like pamphlets where you can check out where they did what, and I want to do it. But I feel like it's just, they're both great. Like, it's a companion piece. I could watch them back to back. And crazy things happen to both of these kids that are like, otherworldly, and I don't know. I think it's...
I was way more attached to this. I love Super 8, but just maybe because I'm with everybody a lot longer, obviously, than I am in Super 8, and I watched Super 8 like maybe a month ago, and I didn't hate the alien as much as I did the first time I saw it, but I didn't like the look of it, and like this creature, which is not even an alien, you know what I mean? Like
we don't know what
we don't know what the fuck
from
it is.
a different world,
Yes.
dimension.
And like I don't even know if Elle is
Human? I think she's human.
I don't know.
I just think she's been so
She's like
fucked
Carrie.
up. I think she's been...
No, but she had to have been born with. She is like
yeah.
a mutant.
Yeah.
Like she has like enhanced.
Again, there's so
genes.
many, like she was taken. That mother who's catatonic,
Yeah.
that's her kid.
Right.
They don't explore that. They're going to have to explore that.
Yeah, they're gonna have to.
Why does she call Matthew Modine Papa? There's no way that's her dad.
Well, no, but if he stole her at birth, that's the only dad she knows. She probably doesn't know her mom.
Yeah, that's true.
I figured that's what that was.
Yeah.
But where are the other 10? Are the other 10 around? Are we
Or are
gonna
they
see
dead?
them? Or yeah, they could be dead. She's like Weapon X. They threw out a lot of X-Men references, which is cool. that kid, the Steve, the one who
That
looks like Kurt in
like
an LBP movie.
I know, the whole fucking time. I was like, this guy is great. I was like, he's in one of my movies. I was like,
he's Kurt in
creepy fucking Kurt
in Heather and Pugly, the Harry Potter one.
Yeah,
he's that.
And like Taint Light.
Yeah, and Taint Light, yeah.
He's like...
But his hair started out normal.
Yeah,
and then it got...
like...
I go, this is Kurt... I kept calling him Kurt Ralphio. Because he was like...
It wasn't cross between those two. I loved him, though.
Oh, I did too.
I thought he was great.
I also like that he wasn't an asshole. Like,
well,
he was, but
he
had an art.
He actually cared about people, and...
I like that he
I'm
realized...
glad that he told off his, like, stupid-ass buddies there. And
those guys.
And I'm glad that, like, at the end of the show, they didn't do the typical... Even though you know that, like, in your head...
Likes fucking Stephen Dorff.
You should be with fucking
Fedward
Erlong. Because there's more of a connection there between those two. But that would have been the easy thing to do.
Yeah.
The realistic thing is, no, she still stays with the guy, the quote-unquote douche.
Though he did change.
He did,
yeah.
but it's a thing. Certainly in 80's movies, that they
get together the geek.
Yes, they go with the the loser.
They don't do it in Pretty in Pink.
Well, what are you talking about? Yes, she does. She goes with Ducky at the end.
Does she?
Yeah.
I thought she stays. Oh, really?
No, she fucking goes with Ducky.
Oh, wow, that's stupid.
So I like that they kept it in real life, like, because that's really how it happened. Like, no, the girl would still be with the dumb jock or whatever. Not that Steve was a jock, but in real life, the girl would stick with the jock, even though she has these feelings for the nerd or the unwanted, the loser.
I really liked that montage, the Home Alone-esque montage of them like preparing the house to fight the creature. That was cool. Got really excited. The kids had a montage too, like a getting ready, like type of thing.
Well, it'd have to be.
What was your favorite kid?
Man, well, I can tell you what. I didn't like
Chris Rock.
No, I was like, this kid. I was like, this kid needs to go. I thought that kid was annoying. I hated his voice of reason character because, man, like...
That was my only thing, was like, there is going to be that kid.
Well, there has to be, but he was like he was an a-hole.
He was? I mean, the fact that he kept harping on it, like, we gotta give her up. We gotta tell the parents. I was like, you're still a kid. I don't think you would immediately want to go and tell an adult. You'd probably just be like, yo, I'm out of here. Like, that's more realistic as a kid than telling the adults. But that kid, I'm glad that he turned around, because for 6 episodes, it was like, just chill the fuck out, man. Like,
I was definitely
except the fact there's a weird mutant with you.
Well, it's funny because watching it, even though I wanted the 4 kids, nothing to happen to the 4 kids.
No, you want all those kids.
I definitely was like, man, if this monster eats this kid, I don't care. I was like, I really don't care. Like,
I wanted all the kids to be.
Well, I did, but I said I wouldn't care.
Right.
Like, it wouldn't be a loss to me. I'd be like, okay, the yapping would be shut. Like, but I don't know. I liked all the kids. I mean, obviously, Dustin is like the funny, like you know, like.
Yeah, I was like, what's gonna happen when this kid's teeth grow in? Like, is he not gonna be as funny next season?
Oh, of course he will.
And I hope if they're gonna shoot, I hope they fucking shoot this show like you kids, like, this is your new life now. You know, like the Harry Potter kids, like, you don't get out of this world until like we let you go, because I don't want to lose like this kid magic. I don't want to come back.
They're all like 12. In real life.
I know, so but like, I don't want him to be like Carl, who's like 9 and now he's like 20. Yeah. Like, Carl, I mean, the show's a year and a half on The Walking Dead, and this kid is like having sex. Like, no. You know what I mean? Like, that's all. I just don't want it to be like that.
I think that, like, I mean, we'll probably see a season 2 next year.
Yeah, but I want it... So, like, with Harry Potter, you get it. Like, every year they go to a new school year, and there's that whole summer in between. I don't think this is the type of show that's going to take time off, necessarily. I don't know.
We'll see.
We'll find out.
I mean, with, those kids are probably in demand now.
Well, Mike is in it, you know what I mean? I guess that's before this show premiered.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Winona Ryder's in it because I like her. I think
Yeah,
she's a good actress. Haven't seen Matthew Modine
I'm glad
since the
that,
80s.
like, I feel like, well, remember Matthew Modine was in, what was he, is it Dark Knight? Is it he's in one of the Batman movies, the newer Batman.
Yeah. I know Anthony Michael Hall's in it.
No, Matthew Modine is. Yeah,
As well?
He's in one.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Well, okay, so 10 years?
But, what was I going to say? Oh, Winona Ryder, like, it'll be nice for a season for her not to, like, be going ape shit.
I felt bad for that mom.
I felt bad, but it was like, Winona can do more. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So I feel like as an actress, it's probably going to be a relief not to be like in sorrow the whole fucking season. Because I really like the small moments where she has those flashbacks.
Yeah.
And
we
see her reacting and hanging out with Will.
Yeah.
And she's really fun. She's warm. She's goofy. She really loves her kid. Like, I love those moments because it was a good counter to her, like, flipping out the whole time. But I get it, but it'll be nice to see her, like, sort of be in on the team, so to speak. Like, now she can, like, be a part of the adventure.
Right.
You know
who else I liked? Mike's dad. Like, because he was, like, such... No, I didn't like him, like, wow, it's a great character, but it was, like, such an 80's dad. Like, that, I was like, this guy is... This is it. Like, this is what he is. Like, the entire time. What? Our kids? No. Like, they couldn't be, like, doing this adventure. Like, he's so shitty and oblivious.
He's no Mr. Keaton.
Oh, no. He's not Mr. Keaton.
He's no Alan Thicke either.
No.
Mr. Seaver.
Yeah, he's neither one of those. He's not a good dad.
he's no Bob Saget. He's no Danny Tanner.
No. He's just like a oblivious, shitty dad.
Yeah.
So I thought that was funny that he was like that. The mom was like... You know who that mom reminded me of? She reminded me... And because the girl's name is Nancy too, she reminded me of Nancy's mom in Nightmare on Elm Street. She was like, "Tell me, like, I want to know."
Oh, I thought she was way better because I
hate that lady
I hate
too.
Nancy's
but
mom in Nightmare.
I do because I think she's a shitty mom.
Oh,
but
she's terrible. I think. I mean, not even that. I think she's a terrible actress. I think she
she's
played the character
overacting.
like real bad. I never liked her.
I just think like she's like trying to connect with her kids.
Oh,
always.
for sure. But I feel like that amps up more when Will goes missing.
Yeah.
So I felt like she played it.
No, she's like a good
like,
mom.
Okay, now she wants to be a part of these kids, like, and really like be like, tell me anything, talk to me, like, make sure like we're connected, and I like that. She was a MILF. She was a MILF.
It was just like times of overacting, which I'm fine with. Anytime anyone overacts in the 80's, I'm fine with that.
Overacting?
Those kids would definitely get... It was good. I hope they'll get a little bit bigger budget, too. It was cool, like, that the creature was... there was prosthetics.
It was a mix of both.
But, yeah, just like the CGI was more like...
But
I wish you guys had a little bit more money
I'm sure they will.
To do these effects better.
It was Spectral Motion
that
did all the prosthetic and creature effects.
That was cool.
They handled a lot of Del Toro films.
It was a wild ride. Did you cry?
I teared up a couple times during it. Yes, throughout the 8 episodes.
I teared up at the end when all the kids were like, I can't remember what part they were like. Maybe it was when they were all getting together, huh? The orgy scene.
Yeah. The big orgy scene with all the children.
Nisha was crying hysterically when Elle died.
Really?
And I asked Chris Walker.
Yeah, but I feel like...
Well, yeah, like, I'm like, she's not gone.
I was
she's
like,
not gonna
no, there's more to
be
this story.
Dead. Yeah.
I mean, it was tearful because of the connection they had. That was like a very, like... That tells you something, that you have emotions for these characters.
Yeah.
Like, almost
In
all the
8
characters,
episodes.
you really have a connection to these people.
Yeah.
Even though, like, I knew that there's more to 11 than meets the eye. She wasn't completely gone. But that sacrifice was, that was a real Chris Walk moment.
So, you think in next season they're gonna be... So, Will be half... He's like a day walker.
There's definitely something going on there.
I think he's gonna turn completely.
I don't want him to.
I know, but I think it's gonna happen. I think Elle. Fuck, man, I don't know, because they also don't explain like how that they communicate with the lights. Like, I get it, like the lights get all fucked up, but like, how did Will do the Ouija board type thing? You know what I mean? Like, in what on that world is he doing? Maybe he's like touching them. I don't know. Maybe that's all it is.
Could be. Yeah, it could be like that energy is coming through.
Because it's just the opposite.
Energy
of
is
the
coming
other
through
world.
energy, electricity.
Yeah.
So.
Like a little
But some things.
Close Encounters.
Oh yeah, I mean
a lot.
Please. The music was great too.
I listened to that. I downloaded the theme. I found like a 2.5 minute version of it.
Yeah. I'm sure at some point an official one will come out. I really do.
I hope a vinyl comes
I think
out.
people are gonna. I think there's too many people that are like, this fucking thing is. I think actually we'll probably get a bunch of stuff. I think we'll get like merchandise.
Oh, really?
Yes, I do.
You think we'll get like a toy?
Shirts. I don't know about toy. Maybe that would be cool with the creature, but
yeah.
I think shirts, posters, things of that nature. If you already go on to, actually, I have one coming. I have a Stranger Things that like
Struzen. Yeah.
I have that coming.
Who drew it? Do you know?
I don't know. I mean,
isn't that crazy? Lake Armstrong.
But I did.
Drew that.
There's on Redbubble. There's already like stuff
Redbubble
where you can get. There's stickers. There's like
really
creative like. There's the shirts that say like. Mike and Will and Dustin, like there's things like that.
Yeah.
There's stickers that have like the Christmas lights with the letters over them.
Like saying Stranger Things.
It doesn't say Stranger Things. It just has.
Oh, the actual alphabet letters.
Yeah,
okay.
and then there's stickers of like, where is Will Byers? Like all sorts of shit. All
what
over.
the hell? I gotta get. That's only been a week.
And some really, and there's like just shirts with the logo, just like the logo.
It's a great logo too, and I like that it did a John Carpenter-esque thing there.
Everything is.
These guys, like, you guys know, just stay in the 80s. Don't even leave. Don't even go to this time of year.
Well, now I want to find these Duffer Brothers. And hang out with them.
Oh yeah.
And be like, let's make movies together.
Yeah.
Let's collaborate. I mean, I've got 9 years on them, but still.
I like the upside down. I like the way that it looks. Very alien. A lot of it was very alien.
You know what? You know who I didn't want to die was Barb.
Carrie Kelly.
I didn't want Barbara to die.
Cause she was so cool.
No, because I really felt like, man, she like looks straight up.
Oh, she
for
does.
real, like 80s.
Yeah,
she was acting like that. I knew people like that. I knew people who looked like that.
Yeah.
So it was like, god damn, I was like, she was so good. And it's funny, I read an interview where somebody was like, did Barb really have to die? And they were like, man, it was so tough for us to kill Barb because we loved her.
Yeah.
We loved the character.
It was her only acting role.
Yeah. I was like, damn, like that's really great. Like, but it also sucks for her to be like, I was in this amazing job and they killed me in the second episode.
Yeah.
Like,
why couldn't they have killed like one of those dickheads?
Yeah, man.
Like both the girl and the guy. Ugh. They were just. I mean, whatever. You need like those shitty, and there's like those toadstool kids that beat up the little kids.
Yeah, I was so happy that
They
that
made
fucking
him
kid
pee.
got his
His arm broken.
arm broken.
Yeah.
I was like, yes. Shit faces.
I like that it's PG-13 too. Like that it's not. You know what I mean? Like they could have gone to some evil places and had heads literally explode, but you know, it's nice that this is an all ages type of show.
Yeah.
I feel like River just if he can just like focus, I think he would really like it.
It's tough. I mean, he's 9 years old. I feel like even, I mean, in any situation where I try to show him certain things, I just think as he gets older, he will discover these things and actually get into them. I really do. I think that like now he's a kid and he wants
Don't you
to
ever think that like because we watched a lot of movies, but I also went outside all the time. Like I played a lot of video games,
So
but
did I.
like if it was a movie, that was it.
I think it's just though like
They have way more stimulation than we do, like as far as like outside like things that they can do.
well, I mean,
like
River,
video games.
He's
and-
all video games, so like,
Right.
that's really
I
where
still-
his head is, and for me, you know, media was such an important thing when I was little. Like, I mean, it was. I narrowed into it. So for somebody like me who says, when at a very young age, I want to make movies, you know,
Right.
and stick to it. So movies and media was like that was my thing.
Right.
So I mean, yes, we did play outside, but I was having adventures. I was making up scenarios and playing with toys and creating stories and again making movies with my childhood buddies and
Yeah.
things like that. So I was still in that world of creating and movie this and movie that. River just isn't that. Kids today, you know, it's everybody's different. I'm sure there is a kid out there who's 9 years old who's
Watching
like,
Stranger Things. Like,
who knows? Like
there
there's some
there
kid-
probably is.
Yeah, there's some kid who's like, my favorite movie of all time is Back to the Future. You know what I mean? Like, there is that kid.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, the other 80s thing that we want to talk about, you went and saw Ghostbusters.
oh yeah, we saw Ghostbusters.
Did it feel like the 80s at all? The new one?
No, but
Like, did they I don't know what.
But it's not.
I don't know what they're.
It's not supposed to.
No, I mean,
I
like
mean-
I didn't think it was like an 80s vibe, but I mean, like, did they? Is there any like reference back to the other film?
Yeah, there is, but and like it's funny because when you know, I mean, you've heard so much about this movie through
So much garbage
idiots,
about this movie.
assholes,
Yeah.
and reviewers. Yeah, and there's lots of kids out there who would probably love this show and have the attention span to do it.
Yeah,
But,
I agree.
But kids are crazy these days. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think my kid will, like I said, I think my kid will grow up and appreciate this
Stranger
stuff
Things.
a little bit more. Yeah, Stranger Things. So
Of course he will. Of course.
Yeah, Stranger Things. It's great.
It's a great show from the 80s, but it's from now. It takes place in the 80s. It was fantastic.
Yeah,
Whew.
I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Do you-
So,
Do yourselves a favor and check it out on Netflix right now. Only 8 episodes.
it's worth
You'll
every
be
second.
glad you did. I'm serious, and you won't stop thinking about it.
I'd be really annoyed at the person who doesn't like the show. It would be.
was okay.
Yeah, like the person who's just like,
I'm
Not
sure there are
for
people
me.
out there.
Oh, of
like
course
that.
they are. What is it? What time period does this take place in? Like, what's this deal with this mutant chick? Why doesn't she register with the government? I don't know. Anyway, it's a great show. Where can you find these shows? This episode.
Well, you can find Crept from the 80's, episode 3, the one you're watching now, is on YouTube
Sweet.
under Midnight Kids Productions. So if you're a fan of really cheesy, weird 80's, low-budget comedy horror, this is the place to be. We don't have a shit ton of stuff up, but we'll add more content. And I, make movies, and I've had several different companies in the past, like Low Budget Pictures and Warlock Home Video. So here on our playlist under Midnight Kitsch Productions, we do have a bunch of trailers and clips and interviews and snippets and skits and stuff like that that have been culminated throughout the years and still are on the web somewhere. So you can watch those. And we also do the podcast, Gourmet Scum Radio, which you can find on iTunes, Stitcher. And don't forget atowel.com.
And if you hit subscribe down here, anytime a new video is uploaded, you'll be the first to know about it. So subscribe, tell your friends, spread the word, spread the 80s.
Yes, please spread the word. Please spread those 80s.
Spread it thick.
Yeah, next time you're doing your lady, make sure you give her a dose of the 80s. You know, that's one virus she doesn't want to be medicated for. You know what I'm saying?
It's a bomb.
Yeah, that's an STD I'll be begging for. Give me the 80s.
Yeah.
Give it to me. Right in the face. You know what I'm saying?
It's great. I love it.
So, yeah. We'll have probably a new episode next couple weeks. I was going to do this like monthly, but...
Well, I mean, are we going to do it... So you could do the one that we could do one next week, and if you wanted to.
Yeah, we could.
That will turn out.
I mean, I plan on doing one with Ben Scrivens of Fright Rags.
Yep. Oh yeah, you are doing one next week, even if we don't do it. Yeah. So
I still think you can be a part of it before you take your.
It depends.
Cousin.
Yeah.
Because he can, he's coming over early. Anyway, you might get this show weekly, semi-weekly, but I do think it's going to be less than the monthly thing because I just there's a lot to talk about and there's things that I want to get out, creative shit, and so I think it'll be more fluent.
I think that's definitely the word I use.
It will fluently come.
Sweet.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I can't wait to see that.
And frequent.
All right.
80s.
Well, this is Casey.
This is 1977. But I grew up in the 80s.
Thanks for watching.
Chris.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, whoa, we gotta cue that kid video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I love it. Here's your guitar.
Oh, take it.